random.
This is a good time to point out a couple of things. I'll take a moment to lay down some content.
Please do.
Thanks, holy. If you have questions you would like us to be talking about and how we do it, you should certainly be thinking of them now. We clearly are not going to be able to scroll back in time, but
unfortunately,
when we're ready for questions, it'd be great if you had some. The other thing I can relate that was somewhat connected to Git International Explosion is that Mike will actually be spearheading the release.
Yes, we can actually talk.
This is semi-news-ish. Mike will be spearheading the release of 5613, which is a maintenance release to 5612.
Yep.
And should come out shortly, weeks.
Yeah.
And Mike will be managing the pull requests with little check-ins from Andy, and hey, you know, this seems like this is awfully beefy, should we accept it? I mean, the goal is definitely just to tighten up bugs and bring some of this international stuff, so a lot of stuff will be pushed off.
Yeah, that'll be going into 5.7.
5.7, but that's what Andy's worried about. Meanwhile, Mike's going to manage this maintenance release with the help of Greg Joyce, who's going to be running some wonderful unit tests if he ever emerges from whatever horrific choice it is he may or may not be making.
I think he made the... Now, how are we broadcasting yet? Our network seems to be unable to bring in any web URL.
Introducing Great Choice by Greg Joyce.
Okay, yeah, my choice this week is The Pointless Arts.
Oh, nice.
This is an installation from 1977 made by Alvin Lucier, and it's a piece called Music for a Long Thin Wire, and it just kind of reverberates. Those two speakers make the wire reverberate, and then there's like an oscillator putting a tone through the wire also.
Nice. Well, that's kind of cool, actually.
Pretty cool, yeah. So just down the street over there a couple weeks ago.
Oh, cool. Good choice, dude. Wow.
Alright.
Strangely cultural and serious, man. I feel kind of schmucky. Alright, what else you got?
We got the Essential Theme, and this is from JB1, I believe. And it's a nice theme. I'm assuming it's responsive. And minimal kind of gray and black thing for you.
Nice. Beautiful.
Next up we have Certified, which is also by JB1.
Wow.
And this theme has multiple page types. It's got that sort of grocery bag little fringe there for you.
It does.
And so yeah, that one's a pretty nice one.
I like that.
I like the earthy tones.
And next up, this is the search suggestions block from Digia 3. And what this one does is, to use it, you basically, you set your 404 page and site theme paths, and this lets you, it'll do a search for whatever you mistyped in your URL and suggest maybe a page for you.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Cool.
This next one up is a theme from Brian Lewis called Twist, and it's pretty good. Yeah, it's a little bit similar to the default WordPress theme, but it has a little bit of pizzazz to it, so it's nice.
Cool.
Yep. And next up is the school bus theme from concrete5, and it's using school bus colors for a theme. And
Sweet.
Responsive.
Yep, it's got a built-in slider block too, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
And next
Formidable Forms.
we have Formidable Forms from concrete5, and this is really cool. This is my favorite format on so far.
Nice.
It lets you pick all these different kinds of elements, and then it also lets you reorganize them and edit your forms right there.
Super cool.
And then you can, I assume there's a block that puts them on the front end.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you configure the forms in the dashboard, and then you in the block you pick which form you want to place.
That's awesome. Got a lot of good form add-ons these days.
That's good.
Next up is QR code from Max Test, and this one will put a QR code of your choosing on your site.
Cool.
Nice.
Pretty good. Next up is Livicons from Hostco, and Matt approved this one.
Yeah, I can talk a little about this. This is a icon pack. Essentially, lets you generate HTML that references all these crazy animated icons that have a lot of customization features. Generates HTML, and you can just paste that HTML into a block on your site, and you get this cool icon. So,
Nice.
Sweet.
377 different icons compiled into JavaScript.
Weird.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Man, we live in the future.
Cool. Next up is Concrete slider from Growth Curve, and this is another slider.
Sweet.
Some good options.
Yep, it's got a lot of options and animation and stuff like that.
Next up is Map Markers from Digia3, and this one will place a Google map for you based on some page attributes, and you can make your own little icon for it too.
Nice.
Next up is from John the Fish, and it's called Pirate Speak, and it will change any page on your site into Pirate Speak.
Great.
Nice.
Yes, and all of the core team has little shout outs in here.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Get on the page. Alright. Simple JW video player from Duder's Rage. Is embedded video player. It'll do, I believe it has a Flash fallback, and it has a JavaScript version.
Nice.
Yeah. Good. Next up is Dashboard Page Managers from Herent. And this is a pretty cool one. It basically creates a little dashboard interface for working with Composer, and it kind of lets you handle the whole content creation thing right from here.
Cool.
Right from one spot on your dashboard.
So when you click add blog entry, where does that take you? Is that its
It'll
own
pop up-
composer?
Yeah, it pops up the Composer window right there. Like, it has special like subviews for Composer or something like that. So basically, when you click that, I forget exactly how it works, but you click that, and you get to enter your blog entry, and you basically stay on this page.
Cool.
Okay.
And then this is the Whale Gallery from Sharok, and it is, I believe this is the Galleria add-on JavaScript library, and it's back.
It's back.
It's back.
Oh, and this is one we forgot to talk about last week. This is called Loku Menus, and it's a service that will make menus for restaurants,
Oh,
and
nice.
this will allow you to pop one of their nicely formatted menus right onto your site.
Cool.
So I guess it's essentially an iframe, but I don't know, it's pretty nice.
Excellent.
That's cool.
And I think that's it.
Well, great choices, Greg Joyce. I'm glad we found you. Good work.
Why would we do that? Good sir.
All right, question from J.A. Steele. This one is about the upcoming 5613 maintenance release. He asks, is that a recommended English update?
Yes, it will be.
All our updates are recommended.
They're all recommended. No, as it's
Yes.
been pointed out to us in our own bug tracker, there's over 51 bugs in there, which frankly is not a big deal. But yeah, some of them are international related, most of them are not.
Yeah.
Just little bugs.
Yeah,
So-
and we have fixed a number of things outside of internationalization that are in 5612. So yeah, absolutely, it is
Will be
highly recommended.
Maintenance update.
Yep.
And good to have.
Got a question from Here NT. He asks, I'm wondering if there are any considered efforts to outreach about C5. He was noticing how Envato is having people go out and write blog posts and pimp their marketplace, etc.
Not at the moment. We're kind of in a promotional holding pattern as 5.7 matures.
We want to make sure that we have something super great to show off when we start doing
We do have some big ideas around doing said marketing campaign, but I don't know. It's difficult to want to throw a lot of money at getting people to come to your product when you know you've got a much better version of it in your back pocket.
Question from Brian Lewis. He asks, are there any upcoming C5 dev conferences?
Not that I know of. Boom.
Got one from
Yeah.
Peter Verdelia. He asks, does the problem with Composer sometimes not publishing pages get fixed in the next release?
I don't know about that problem.
I don't know that I know about that problem either. I know that there was an issue that I think is probably actually being fixed in Git, where occasionally, if you happen to hit the publish button at the same moment that autosave is happening in the background, you got some funky behavior where it would take you to a white screen, and I'm not sure if it published the page or not, and that I believe is fixed, and that, or I know that's fixed, I believe that's coming in 5.6.1.3. But we will be taking another look at all the confirmed bugs in there and looking to get pull requests in and stuff like that. I know there's a Composer like performance issue with choosing pages of a page type that we're going to try and look at, and some other Composer related stuff. And if it's bugs that affect a lot of people and not new features, there's a good chance they'll be addressed in 5.6.1.3.
Yeah, make sure it's in the bug tracker.
Yeah.
And if there's a pull request, that's super easy. But if it's a clear, reproducible bug, it's in the bug
We'll try
tracker.
our best.
We'll do our best to try to fix it.
Got one from Ale. He asks, when will the next alpha, beta, or pre-release of 5.7 be?
Good question.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Soon?
Soon.
I don't know.
We haven't had.
Weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weeks. Yeah.
Sometime in July.
So I think that's a good thing to commit to. That was what back in the brain.
That's still weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
J.A. Steele asks, any chance of, I think this is a kind of a feature request, but getting getting a disable custom menu method for an area, looks like. If I'm reading that correctly.
Oh. What is a disabled? Or I know that there's a. I don't know. Never mind. I'm backtracking. What does that mean exactly? This is a function or a method to be run on the area object, I assume, in a theme to turn off something.
Maybe the
what?
ability to add the design styles. That's
I gotcha. The ability to turn off custom CSS on an area specific basis. You can do that if you turn on advanced permissions.
There you go.
Yeah.
Already works. There's a constant for that.
And there is, but that's global.
That is
across
global.
the whole site.
Got one from Michael Singer. He asks, will the upgrade from 5.6.1 to 5.7 be a hassle-free procedure?
Yeah, of course. It'll happen to you. You won't even know it. Yeah.
Ideally, yes.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, it should be.
It should be. Now, we have not, the alpha that we released and the stuff that's currently in the 5.7.0 work in progress branch.
Developer snapshot.
Yes, the developer snapshot. Thank you.
alpha.
Not an alpha. Not an alpha. Has no upgrade. I think it has like a half-written upgrade procedure. So if you try and upgrade a 5.6.1 site with 5.7, that will not work
Don't do
today.
that.
Do not do that.
Yeah.
In the big picture, yes. In practice, there will be some challenges for us, seeing as how we completely rewrote the layouts engine and stuff like that, and that's the biggest thing in the back of my mind at the moment. So
Yeah, there may be some limitations on that one.
Yeah.
We're going to have to circle around and see what happens. If
Yeah.
you've got really complicated layouts, especially ones with multiple rows inside of a single layout,
Yeah.
you may have
we may have some
there
troubles.
may be diminishing returns on making that just seamlessly upgrade.
Yes. So hopefully, yes.
The other side of that is there's also going to be, I'm sure, threads about will you be able to turn our discussions add-on into conversations, which are now in the core, and the answer will eventually be yes. There will be a script to pull us out of discussions and into a conversation somehow. But I would imagine that certainly that one would be a
sort of a
thing
manual
that
thing
you do
that some
after
savvy
upgrading.
person would have to do. Yeah.
Looks like he's asking for in regards to database changes.
Well, yeah, we always.
They're all database changes.
There will be database changes, but they are always are running a script and that kind of stuff. You are, I mean, if you've ever upgraded between different versions in the past, as far as upgrading goes,
Should work the same
I think
way.
it's pretty painless process.
Yeah.
We do get in trouble occasionally because we are not afraid to get rid of a feature that we thought was that we've done a better version of, and so sometimes people get frustrated that new layouts don't have multiple rows or whatever.
The stacks don't behave
scrapbooks
quite
are
as
wrong or whatever. So
the same as
I'm sure there will
scrapbooks.
be some bumps in the road there, but it'll be worth it to get to the, I don't know, what's a nice destination?
The end of the rainbow.
End of the rainbow.
And he also adds, what about add-ons for 5.7?
Yes. There are
I
add-ons for 5.7.
I imagine this will be not too dissimilar. If you went from 5.4 to 5.5, I imagine it'll be like that, but not quite as drastic. So when we did 5.4 to 5.5, a fair amount of the add-ons had to be at least touched in order to look proper within the new interface. And we tried our best to make sure that not everything went south if they weren't updated, but we could only do so much. That's one of the reasons why we're doing the developer preview, so that people can sort of see where our head's at and can get on board with that. But add-on developers can make multiple versions of their add-ons available for different versions of the core. And if
we'll add a flag to the marketplace to filter things by 5.7 ready
Yes.
and that kind of stuff, same way we did with 5.5. So no, it won't be. I mean, we're not magicians, but we will.
and
we will do things to mitigate the pain you will have to feel.
I know that. I mean, perhaps with 5.6.1.3 around the corner, this deserves some discussion. If you update, you might. We had talked in the past about making it so that your update procedure with the core could perhaps check to see if the add-ons you use in your site are all compatible with
That'd be
the
smart.
version that you're going to. And we have no current plans to do that, but it's probably not a terrible idea.
Well, it might be a nice thing to fold into 5.6.1.3 as our
because we'd have
upgrade to this first before you go to 5.7. And
we have done that. That is certainly makes things easier when you can rely on people upgrading to 5.7 from a fixed point.
Yeah.
So
yeah, these are definitely things that we will be thinking about more than we are now. So if you're sensing a laissez-faire approach to this issue, it's because we're just not really that close with 5.7 as a whole. So these are problems that we solve every time we do a major update, and it's never perfect, but I think our track record shows it's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Cool, I think that handles the questions we have right now. If you have any last minute ones, get them in there.
Do we have ice? Please pour it down my shirt.
Yeah, someone pointed out that it's only 73 in Portland right now, but it's about 90 in this room.
Oh, it's so hot.
Under these
So hot.
amazing lights,
Lights are
the
bright.
production values that go into what you see here
It's unbelievable in
are
this room.
crazy.
Woo! All right, gang. We got a lot of work to do,
Yeah.
and so do you. So it's been totally random. Oh, frozen in time while the bit happens. Come on with it. Pick in your nose. Do it. You gotta do it, my God, dude. What are you doing in there?